If you are planning to make a move to the Oklahoma City area or sell a home in the Oklahoma City area over the summer, then you need to stick around because I'm going to give you a market update and tell you what you can expect to get out of the marketplace this summer 2024. I'm Natalie Bratton with RE/MAX First. You definitely want to hear this market update. Hey everybody, I'm Natalie. Welcome to my channel. I am your Oklahoma ambassador. Here on this channel, I show you things to do, places to go, and I especially talk about the Oklahoma City metropolitan area real estate market. Okay, it's been a long time since I've given you a market update, and the market has shifted and changed a little bit from where we've been the last few years. And so when you get into the market, you need to know what's going on so that you know how to maneuver. So I'm going to give you some quick updates and that will help you as you enter the marketplace. Okay, folks, the first thing I want to mention to you is that our supply and demand issue has changed slightly. At least 6 years, we've been in a pretty strong seller's market. Our inventory levels have been quite low. And in fact, in 2020 through 2022, it kind of caused a little bit of a frenzy. We've had supply and demand issues for a while. Well, our supply has been slowly going up, and the market slowing down in 2023 helped that quite a bit. And so right now in the marketplace here in the metro area, we have a 3-month supply of inventory. That's the most we've had since November of 2018. Now, that is still a seller's market. It's still low inventory. Like we have about 6,000 properties on the market, and a balanced market is going to be 7,000 to 9,000. So we're still a bit low, but that's the highest inventory we've had for 5.5 years. It is encouraging news for the people who have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for inventory to increase. So even though inventory is increasing, that does not mean that prices are dropping. Home prices are still going up. Appreciation is still happening. So if you are still waiting for the market to crash and have been waiting since I started this channel 4 years ago,
hey, the market is still not crashing.
We are still seeing prices rise. So home affordability is not really getting better because prices are going up, taxes and insurance are going up. So if you're going to buy a home, one of the first things you need to do this year when you pick one out is shop your insurance. And it's not just Oklahoma. It's pretty much any state that has wind and hail, hurricanes, those kinds of things, fires. Those states are having a really high adjustment to their premiums. Since I mentioned it's a seller's market, what does that look like right now with 3 months of inventory on the market? Well, the average days on the market is about 18 days. That's not bad, right? Last month was 25. So when you put your home on the market, you shouldn't really have to leave it on the market more than 30 days unless you are in maybe a rural area or there's something really unique about your property, or maybe you don't have enough equity and you're kind of having to just wait it out and see if somebody will buy it. And even though the market's changing some, our percentage of list price to close price is still 100%. That means that, if it's listed for $499, it's selling for $499. So as a buyer, it's not a good plan to come in and lowball people.
Unless maybe the house has been on the market for a long time or there's something really wrong with it.
Then maybe so. But your standard listing, you need to go in and make a strong offer. Now, sellers on the other end, this is not like 2021 where you could overprice your house. Because inventory is higher, you do have to be smart about your list price. You can't overprice your house and expect it to sell in 3 weeks or less. You have to price it right, and you have to stage it and maintain it and make it look right. So interest rates have been a hot topic for 2 years now. And the good news is that rates are much lower than they were 1 year ago. And now we're getting the hang of doing discount points and getting the sellers to help pay concessions to lower your rate. Like that's becoming a common thing to expect in a real estate offer. We are still hearing from the experts that by the end of this summer, going into the fall, we should see slightly lower rates than we're at right now. We are currently seeing that government loans like VA, FHA, USDA, those loans have a significantly lower rate than conventional loans. So if you are able to do a government loan and that works for you, you're going to have a lower payment than you would if you go conventional. So the last thing I want to touch on is brokerage compensation. There's been a lot of talk about the DOJ coming out and ruling against the way that we've operated with our compensation over the last 60 years. So there's going to be some changes slightly in how it's presented. Buyer's agents are still getting paid. Just how it's going to be worded and what it's going to look like on paper could be slightly different. So quickly, without boring you, let me give you the rundown of how it's been. When I meet with you to sell your house,
I say my compensation for selling your home is X amount. My broker will then share that compensation if another agent brings the buyer.
In my brokerage agreements with buyers, I say I charge X amount of dollars. If the seller doesn't pay it, I need you to pay the difference. Now it's just going to take more time for me to figure out who's offering how much compensation. And there's a chance that you would have to help cover the difference if you are a buyer. Last thing is I just want to remind you that real estate is hyper local. So depending on where you're looking and what price point you are looking in, the market can be slightly different than, say, someone else you know looking in a different suburb or a different price point. If you are planning to buy or sell this summer, I would love to be the one to help. I've been doing this since 2004, and I've been in a very strong seller's market, and I've succeeded in a very strong buyer's market. I have done a little bit of everything. So if you are getting into the market, one, on my website, there is a buyer's guide and a seller's guide that you can go to get some information about me and how I operate. I also have an Oklahoma relocation guide for any of you out of state that are just wanting to get more familiar with the Oklahoma City area. And then you must call me, email me, and get in touch with me so we can start talking about your plans and what we need to do to help you get going on your real estate journey. I'll come back next week. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be interesting. See you later.